And you think this photo is good news for Billy Mitchell, don't you? You idiot, idiot, idiot. This is a terrible photo for Billy Mitchell. Want to know why? King of Kong is about Billy Mitchell here. Billy Mitchell is the villain of this documentary. And a gentleman named Steve Wiebe, who's an everyman, he's the hero. See, Steve Wiebe is a guy who never really amounted to much, has a very average life. Not a failure by any stretch of the imagination, but just not anybody that's ever done anything overly remarkable. He's got a typical family. He's got a typical job. And what he likes to do is he likes to go into the garage and he likes to play on his Donkey Kong machine. One day, he videos his screen, hits the world record for his Donkey Kong score. And all of a sudden, Billy Mitchell, who has been, he's video game player of the century. He's been one of the top scorers forever. He shows up and he goes, oh, did he just beat my score? Because I forgot I have this video here and I just beat his score. And people are like, what? And he's like, yes, I did. And now where this gets villainous is they portray Billy Mitchell as being somebody who's extremely well connected within this video game and video game scoring world. This place called Twin Galaxies that is an arcade, but also is the record-keeping body, is the one that keeps all these scores. But at the time, Billy Mitchell seems pretty networked into Twin Galaxies. He's got a mafia around him. He's got an army. So what you're seeing is people going, well, there's a glitch in the videotape. There's stuff that just doesn't appear to be legit. And Billy cannot replicate the score in front of anyone. And Steve Wiebe shows up trying to get the score. And the whole time he's playing, like, Billy Mitchell's friends are over his shoulder going like, oh, you're looking pretty good. Things are getting pretty close, huh? Things are getting pretty close. Get away, get away, get away. Things are getting pretty close, huh? But so this doc comes out and it really, the whole world becomes interested in this weird video game Donkey Kong record subculture. Off and on, they've been followed for the last, almost 20 years at this point, since the doc came out, by a much wider audience who became familiar, because a lot of people saw this documentary. Billy did end up achieving the record for both Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. In 2007, Billy went to the FAMB convention, which is like a Florida something mortgage brokers convention. And there was a booth that set up like 80s mania. And Billy played Donkey Kong, and he had a VCR connected to the machine. That's how they record the scores. And he had a Twin Galaxies referee there, I believe, named Todd Rogers. It was 2007, I want to say. And he got the record again. He got a higher record. And he sent the videotape in. And he said, I got it. And I got a couple witnesses here. All we really have is these videotapes. Well, Twin Galaxies ends up opening up a complaints department a couple of years after and saying, if you don't buy one of these scores, you can open up a complaint and we'll deal with it. And immediately people did for Billy Mitchell, because there's been a lot of people suspicious of Billy Mitchell's activities for a long time. And apparently Twin Galaxies decided to wipe out Billy's records. He had the records for Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Because here's what Twin Galaxies says. They have new owners. They have new people in charge. They look at these tapes. And they said that the gameplay found on the VHS tapes could not have come from an arcade machine. The graphics are off. The colors are off. Whatever it is. They said this must have come from an emulator, I believe, is what they said. And so we're not counting these scores anymore. So, Billy, your scores are getting wiped off, and you're banned. And Billy sued. Billy is litigious. And so since then, I've been following this YouTuber named Karl Jobst. Karl Jobst has been following this. He's a very entertaining YouTuber. And he's been following this very, very closely, to the point where Billy Mitchell has sued Karl Jobst a couple of times now. But the lawsuit's going forward. This was a few years ago that he filed the suit, and the lawsuit is going forward. First of all, he says the tapes are real. Second of all, these Donkey Kong tapes shouldn't even matter, because I've got witnesses. I've got witnesses that saw me win this game at the FAMB convention, and that's all that matters. So there are sleuths that have been sitting there painstakingly trying to find evidence. Nobody has any actual video or photographs from this FAMB convention. He said there's a camera. He says, I was videoed playing the game. Nobody has the tape of him. Nobody's got any footage of him playing. Nobody's got any photographs of him playing. So we go, well, where's the evidence that you were at this convention? And somebody found it. This badass photo right here, that's Todd Rogers in the referee shirt, and that's Billy Mitchell. You can see right there, it says Florida Association of Mortgage Brokers at this convention. There's the Donkey Kong machine. There's the VCR. And if you look over Todd Rogers' shoulder, you can see the camcorder. And you're like, okay, this all seems to be checking out. Houston, we have a problem because, Hot Dog, you may think, I see you looking at this photo, and you think this photo is good news for Billy Mitchell, don't you?
Sure.
You're an ignorant fool, Hot Dog. You're wrong. You idiot. This is a terrible photo for Billy Mitchell. Want to know why?
Why?
This right here. It's a long red joystick. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Everybody knows original Donkey Kong machines had short black joysticks, and the rules state that the score must be played on an original Donkey Kong machine with original parts. And I seen in a video that there ain't no original Donkey Kong machines with that goddamn part on it. That red joystick is the smoking gun. There is no way. They're saying this guy Karl Jobst said it. Karl Jobst said that Billy can't win the lawsuit now because the red joystick means that it's not original. Now, why does this matter? Who cares if it's a different color? It's more than a different color, Hot Dog. Number one, it's a taller joystick, which some people would say could be a hindrance to an experienced Donkey Kong player. That the short joystick is better. This is not ideal. However, regardless, it's still not original. Here's the real problem. If we look closely, Hot Dog, the original Donkey Kong machine, had the short black joystick. It moved in 4 dimensions. Up, down, right, left. That appears to be an 8-way joystick.
Damn it.
There's goddamn diagonals on that joystick is what it appears to be. I seen it in a video.
Where is the integrity of this machine?
The machine is fine. The problem may be with the player. You ever heard the expression, don't hate the player, hate the game? Put
the machine.
Put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Hate the player. Here's where it gets complicated, Hot Dog. Here's where it's a real problem for him. They said, look, there's nothing wrong with the machine. The same machine that Billy Mitchell got at his Mortgage Brokers Association score, that score that he got in 2007, that's the same machine that he used to get the King of Kong score where he beat Steve Wiebe. You know what that means? They both had the wrong joystick. That means we got to wipe out both scores. If you wipe out one score, if it's true what's being said, and we have to wipe out this score because there's a red joystick that goes 8 ways instead of 4 ways, then we got to wipe out the OG King of Kong score too, which means we find out almost 20 years after the movie came out, Steve Wiebe got From my understanding is you can use original parts. If you have to replace a joystick, you can replace a joystick with an original part. It just can't be tampered with in any way, shape, or form. This has been tampered with.
Than our voting machines.
That's well, don't get me political on this, because I. And so Billy Mitchell's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble, and I'm. look, I think Billy Mitchell's going to back himself into a corner where, number one, he's going to have to drop his lawsuit. Number two, he's not going to have those scores. But most importantly, number three, that son of a bitch is going to have to get in front of a real Donkey Kong machine and show the world what he can do.
But this is it. You get the camera. I mean, no more witness, no more videotapes. You get a crew there. You have this one-on-one confrontation. Let's settle the score. Here's the original parts. Let's figure it out who's the best in the world is.
I think we got to do it. We got to do it pro wrestling style. You are banned on it's title versus career. That's all. We got to go title versus career on this. We got to go WrestleMania 26 on this. We have to go streak versus career. It's the only way. We got to go streak versus career, record versus career. Billy's got 1 day. And, you know, he'd go, well, you know, I can't guarantee that this will happen in one game. Like, people play all their lives. It's like tough titties. That's what I would tell him. I usually wouldn't use that type of language, but I go, tough titties, Billy. Like, practice, practice, practice. We'll get you a legit machine. You show us what you can do. You got one shot, one opportunity, one moment to seize everything you ever wanted. Now, are you going to capture it or just let it slip?